This is Minecraft Hardcore, a game mode that 3 months and 10 episodes ago I spoke about, followed by facts about the increased difficulty of this new series. Due to my skills being really bad, I kinda suck, I made everything about getting better. Each episode I've made has forced me to improve slowly or quickly, but at times it's been hard to see if I've even gotten better, which was the point of all of this. This is me, a player who tries to improve, wants to improve, and really hopes she has improved with everything she's done. For someone who's been playing Minecraft for 10 years, I even surprised myself with how little I've truly explored, often sticking to creative building and exploding my friends' bases. So I've decided I'm going to raid every overland structure in the game, marking each down and claiming another portion of this world as my own. I mean, all I have to do is take over 13 structures, 2 of which I've never seen before and are known to end experienced players' hardcore worlds, so how hard can it be? Anyways, if you want to like or subscribe, I would really appreciate it. It's free, super quick, it shows me that you guys want the series to continue, and you can always change your mind. While these phantoms are dying off, I first need to start getting set up for all of this project, as I can't just immediately straight jump into finding all the structures and marking them down. So I'm going to mark my coordinates and then first go over a few of the ground rules that I set for myself in this project. I'm going to need to not go to any structures I've looted before, and for different structures, different rules are going to apply on how I can mark them down. But first, I'm going to get a loom set up so that I can get started on making the banner patterns. And because I need string and I don't have it, I'm going to wait till night, and in the meantime, I took like 2 seconds to go up into the air and I already found a village, so I'm going to raid it and then I can come back and mark this place. And the last thing I'm going to do over here while I'm waiting for these spiders to spawn is mark down this main map where I'm going to have my actual base by the wool farm. After an unnecessarily long and dangerous night, I ended up not even getting any strings, so I had to sleep it off and then go out the next morning and try to kill off any spiders that were still alive. I got everything I need to make a loom, and so really quick I'm going to come in here and start working on the different banner patterns. There's going to be different categories for the level of difficulty and how the structures work, and so I'm not going to explain it verbally. I'm going to put it on the screen so that it's a little bit more organized. And I realize now I actually had a loom the entire time. This is the banner pattern for all of the basic structures. And if this is how it works, okay, it does. This is going to be marking where my main base is, and so now that I know how the actual marking down structures on maps work, I can get started on naming all of the different flags and banners that I have down, and then I can get started on finding all of the different basic structures. And with that, all of the basic structures are done and ready to be named, so I'm going to get started on actually finding all of these places. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, and I'm just going to speed through it a little bit, or else this video is going to be about an hour long. Here is the village I've already raided, and it's marked on the map now, so I can be done. And there is actually a shipwreck right under me, which I did not realize until now, so I'm going to start marking this place, and that's another banner done. There we go, and now I just have to raid this place really quick. Now I just have to find the other few basic structures and I can be done with this category. Because I've done most of the basic structures for now, I'm going to start working on more tedious specific structures. I named all of the banners, and now I can get started on looking for some of these structures. Because biomes are all generated due to the temperature, I've seen an ice spikes ocean, I think, from this direction, so I'm hoping that there's an igloo this way and I can find the cold biomes. There it is. And an outpost too. Oh, that is not good. Okay. So, turns out that you can never fully kill off all pillagers from an outpost, so because I've taken everything from the chest and I've killed quite a few pillagers, I'm going to count this as a success and I can just mark the banner down and move on to the next structure. And really quickly, I'm going to make a pit stop at my original base because my bow is not enchanted currently, and that is a bit of an issue as I'm going to be going up against some very dangerous mobs, and I don't want an unenchanted bow, so I'm going to re-enchant one because I think I lost my original one. I mean, that's not too bad of an enchantment, so for now I'm going to keep it, and maybe I'll come back soon and I'll get a different bow enchantment. And while I'm already over here, I think I'm going to put all of my completed maps with marked locations into the chest in my cartographer's house because I think that makes the most sense in terms of how the world works. The only map I didn't put in the chest was this main map that has my gunpowder base farm area marked down on it, so I can always come back to there, as well as a lot of the main locations. And I named it something a little bit important just so that it sort of can be remembered and I don't have to check which map I am holding. I'm out here again because my elytra is about to break, so I'm going to use my XP/gold farm to just heal up really fast and then I can get on my way. And so, as it turns out, I forgot to start recording today, and I'm currently looking for a jungle temple and have found nothing so far. Ooh, there actually is a desert this way, so hopefully I can find a temple. I don't think they're necessarily hard to come across. There we go. Ooh, and there's a mansion out here, so I think because I haven't really gone around these chunks before, this is an unrated one, and I'm going to use this as my mansion because I think that I'm far enough that I can do this, and I've done it before. I'm thinking that my strategy for this is to go from the top down and just work room to room so that I don't have a bunch of evokers and other vindicators come up and attack me because that would be overwhelming and kind of stressful. I think if I move slowly and I mark off all of the rooms that I've actually gone into before, I won't be so stressed and things won't start ganging up on me. I've gotten through the entire first floor and I think I don't want this Enderman attacking me, so I'm going to kill him separately, but I think it's time that I can move on to the second floor. I really feel like I should have done a tiny bit more research before coming into this mansion because I know that there's probably hidden chests somewhere, I just have no idea where any of them are. I keep hearing evoker noises, which is good because then it means I can get a totem, but it's also kind of stressful because they can start spawning Vexes and I kind of don't really want to have to deal with that. I'm hoping he isn't just up on the top corridor of this room, but I don't think that that is where he is. So I'm going to try to find him as fast as possible and kill him with very little interaction. Okay! That was fortunate, and a music disc. I don't think I'm going to start like actively collecting music discs, but I feel like there's something really cool to have, so I enjoy being able to have them. And there is the evoker, thankfully, so I can just shoot him from up here, and there is no future interaction. I got the totem that the evoker dropped, and I raided the rest of the house. There was nothing else super important in there, so I kind of just got out of there because I marked all of the different rooms and I lit them all up. And I think that mobs can still continue to spawn like the outpost does, but I think I've successfully raided this area, so I'm going to mark it down. And there we go. I also came back to mark the pyramid because the first time I was over here I forgot. Now, one more thing I'm going to get done super fast is this mine shaft, and I'm going to make it purple because purple is going to be the underground areas, and I can mark it off. Hopefully there's one just super close to my base and I can get that done. I think that there is one in this cave. I've never raided here, but there is one and I'm going to use it, and I can mark it off super duper fast. And instead of killing all of these mobs, I'm just going to run away from them because I'm actually taking way more health than I would like. And this is okay. There is the first chest, and there is the first cave spider spawner. And a cave spider, I kind of want to kill it just so that I can have one more token added to the all mobs killed achievement because I think that that's important. And there is the second spider spawner. And here I've marked it on the main Looney Tunes map because it's just so close to my base. And that, I think, was a success. It was way faster than I thought it would be, so that was fortunate. And the last thing I'm going to do is go through and name the last few banners that I'm going to need so that I don't have to constantly come back here or bring an anvil with me because that is kind of just an extra thing that I need to have and I don't want to have it. And the next thing I'm going to work on again is the jungle temple because last time I ended up just finding the pyramid and then on the way back I found the mansion, so I got really distracted, but now I'm going to be perfectly focused on finding the temple because I think it's kind of tedious. This is one of the biggest jungles I've ever seen, and for some reason it just does not have a temple. There it is. Oh my gosh, that took way longer than I thought. And really quick here, I'm going to mark this down, and I don't think this should be too big of an inconvenience. I don't have torches, so I'm just going to use this flint and steel to light up my path. And I may not know a lot of structures well enough to be able to show all of the tricks, but I do know this one. I also know I can take these arrows from the dispenser, which is fortunate. But the one thing I never did learn how to do is work this like tripwire lever mechanic thing, and I don't think I ever will. So most of the time I end up just digging into the wall, and I'm perfectly fine with that. There is nothing super important in here. What's in the chest? So there's nothing super good in here except for a few sticky pistons, which I'm going to take. Ooh, actually, I think that this is the biome where ancient cities can spawn, so I'm not actually going to raid the ancient city if I find one, but really quick, I'm just going to check inside of this mountain to see if there is an ancient city so that I can come back here when the time comes. So it actually turns out this is the most annoyingly confusing cave I've ever been in my life. So oh, this is my first time seeing Skulk. I think that's what it's called. I'm kind of relying on my prior knowledge to stay safe, and let me tell ya, I do not think that that is a very reputable source. I have a little bit of wool on me, and I'm pretty sure that when you walk on it and place it, it doesn't alert any of the sensors that you're there. Don't worry, I've cleared out this area, and I think I'm going to use this gold efficiency 3 hoe to... Never mind, I was going to say to get some XP. I think down there is a screecher or something like that, and that is what, if it goes off, the warden starts coming. So I'm thinking I'm going to try to block it off so that it can't hear me anymore. I ended up breaking the shrieker and nothing went off. Thankfully, there were no other shriekers around it, but I think that if I just cover it in wool enough, then nothing will go off, although I'm really not going to try to test that theory when I'm actually in the ancient city, so I'm just going to be as careful as possible for the time being, and I can be done for now. Next thing I want to work on is a mission involving the ocean monument, swamp, as well as the stronghold. So first I'm going to need ender pearls from the nether, and then I'm going to go out and find some blaze rods so that I can make the eyes of ender for the stronghold as well as brew potions for the monument. Then I'm going to head back and actually brew the potions so that I have water breathing and I don't just immediately start dying down there, and then I can finally get started. Because I found an ocean monument before, I've already written down coordinates, so I'm headed towards that area, but I only have to kill the 3 elder guardians because I can't actually kill all of the normal guardians. And I just want to preface this part by saying this is completely raw, bare footage of the way that I'm going to talk to myself during the next few scenes, so just be a little bit warned because it's different from the way that I often talk in front of this just because of how stressed I was. Be warned, it's not my normal editing style. Here goes. I get a feeling that... Oh my god. I just like don't even know what's going on right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, you're okay. You're okay. Just breathe. You're okay. You're just gonna get out of here and then we're gonna try again in a second. 'Cause you're getting bombarded and you're freaking yourself out. So that was bad. That was really bad, actually. And after taking a short little bit of a break, I decided to head back over to the monument and try one more time. I also cannot see them, but I also... Ooh, this is not good, because now there's going to be a bunch of lag. After giving up a second time, I decided to blame my shortcomings on the fact that my sword was enchanted in a mediocre way, so I decided to go back and re-enchant it. Definitely not smite. I'm actually looking for bait of arthropods. It's a joke. It's a joke, chill. Oh my god, I actually do not want bait of arthropods, as crazy as that might sound. That was a joke. What? On the way there, for the third time, I decided ultimately that if I messed up this third time and decided that I wasn't strong enough for this and I wasn't experienced enough for this, I would move on to the next few structures and maybe come back to this, or I would just decide that perhaps this wasn't something I'm skilled enough to do yet. The thing I don't want is to get like sucked into like an area where there's like a million of them again. I think that was my downfall, is that I was being like harassed by like a bunch all at once. Ooh, that's the sponge room. There's 2 sponge rooms. You are right here. Didn't actually eat that. That was useless. You scare me more than you should. I found you, and I did it. I mean, unless I didn't, which would kind of totally suck. Holy sh- okay, take a deep breath. You're gonna want to eat. Okay, he got you. And he's continuing to get you. Just take a second, eat. You're okay. You're gonna hide behind this pillar, and you're gonna be fine once you do. He's gonna continue to do this. Well, you have him to your back right now, which is not safe. Holy sh**, you did it. I then placed down the banner and marked it on my main map because it could fit on there, and I started to head out. Okay, now I just gotta get out of here. Which might be an issue. Just kidding, you just got pranked, it's not an issue. I then started heading out, hopefully finding a swamp on the way, and then being far out enough from my base so that I would be able to find a different stronghold when I threw my Ender Eye. The last thing I'm going to need to do is collect up all the things I'm going to need for the ancient city, because this is going to be the most stressful by far. I grabbed 2 stacks of wool and I'm going to make some fireworks really quick, but the thing I have to remember about this structure is that my 2 goals are to raid a chest as well as just place down my banner, and hopefully I don't spawn the warden. It's time to head out. And I'm back in the mountain where I've already found an ancient city. I forgot how annoying this cave was. There's no shriekers around here, so this is all okay. Oh my gosh, okay. The warden's approaching. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of here really fast, because that's not good at all. This is the shrieker that went off earlier, so I'm going to try to make it so that it's covered in wool and then it can't hear anything that I'm doing. But with this, it should be covered up. Oh my gosh, there's a third one. I got out of that area and made it down to the real ancient city. I'm going to try to be as quiet as possible and just find the chest and set up my banner. That is probably going to be my exit point if the warden ever does spawn. And because I'm only going to be going through one chest, I decided to make it the most difficult chest I could find for some reason, because I'm crazy. This shrieker should be covered when I do this. I got the other one done on top of that ledge, so I should be able to open it. I think that was the third time a shrieker's gone off. I realized the safest bet is just me going inside of a little container with the chest itself, and then hopefully with both of us being in the little wool area, we'll be safe. I think that if I'm in here, it can't hear me and nothing can go off. I've been waiting here for like 2 minutes because I'm too scared to open the chest. Okay. Oh, it didn't go off. And there is a music disc, which I'm going to take, as well as this looting, which I probably could have used like 2 minutes ago. And lastly, I made it over here without any sort of issue, so I'm going to open this chest, get the golden apple, and then I can put the banner down. Oh my gosh, the bat is making all of the skulk sensors go off. I got a little bit more wool from off to the side, and I'm going to make my little tube again. And with this, I should be able to open this chest and take the golden apple without an issue. Last thing I have to do is mark off this ancient city with the banner, and then get out safely, which might be an issue in and of itself, but for now it's okay. I can mark this, and then I can be done. And there we go. I am perfectly content with that outcome. Nothing went off, thankfully. And there we go, I made it out safely. Which is crazy because I just got deja vu to the first time I was trying to exit a cave, which was, I think, the second or third episode I ever made. And that was only, like 3 months ago? And what's crazy is that when I was getting out of that cave, I was scared and overwhelmed and on the verge of tears just because of a mining trip. And I just made it in and out of an ancient city without freaking out or crying myself. So I just wanted to take a second to be in a little bit of awe with myself for being able to do so. And with that, that's all of my different maps completed. I've marked off every single structure, and I don't think I ever could have done this without the pressure and support of an audience. So thank you all for watching, as always. It means the world to me, and I'll see you all later.